Hey IFSers, it's Candy talking. Okay, so I'm going to do a little video, and if I make a few mistakes, I'm just going to keep it going because if not, I would be here for 2 hours trying to get it straight. So, in Module 2, in Week 2, we're talking a little bit about some foundational skills, and something you may or may not know is called the Wonder Wheel in Google as well as Google Advanced. I'm going to show that to you. I'm going to go ahead and use Firefox because I find that usually works best with the Wonder Wheel. I also find that with regards to Blackboard, sometimes Firefox just works much better than Internet Explorer. So try both. So I'm going to start off by accessing Google. And I know that you're coming up with your own key terms based on your wholly original information definition, but I'm just going to use the word information to do a search, just a general, very, very broad search. And you'll notice here I have, 11 billion results? And it's like, what? And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to access, over here on the right-hand side, I'd like to access over here on the left-hand side, the Wonder Wheel. And if you don't see that on your computer, you might look for, on the left-hand side, more search tools. So as soon as I click on the Wonder Wheel, I get this beautiful little visual that Google provides, and it gives me some other terms or words or synonyms with which I could do some searching, not only on the internet, but in the databases, which is where we're going to move to. So you might notice specifically this one, knowledge. That's a great term with regards to information. And the Wonder Wheel is beautiful because it's hot linked. So even if I click on knowledge, hopefully you'll notice that it bounces up and it gives me some additional terms. So I might use wisdom. So I might use something like knowledge, wisdom, information as two other key terms for searching on information. Okay, so once I've played with the Wonder Wheel and gotten lots of nice, juicy key terms or synonyms for those major ideas from my definition, what I could then do is an advanced search through Google. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. First is the advanced search. And look, it kept knowledge for me, which is really good. So I'm looking for knowledge. And when advanced search says all these words, it'll look for each of those words, something that has all of those words in it. This is like and. So I might be looking for knowledge. Let's say I'm going to choose society. So I'm looking for articles that deal with, or websites that deal with knowledge and society. Both of those are going to be present. If I wanted to use just my three key terms, my three synonyms for information, I might put knowledge, information, or wisdom down in the one or more of these words. So now I'm going to get all the articles with knowledge, all the articles with information, and all the articles with wisdom, and I might tie those to the word society. And look up here, Google is already trying to use some Boolean logic because it really likes that. And so I might go ahead and search on this through advanced search. And it's still got Wonder Wheel going on. You'll notice my results are over here on the far right hand side. For the Wonder Wheel, it's giving me some other ideas about society, knowledge, or information, or wisdom, group knowledge, information, wisdom, and all of these are good. It might assist me with coming up with additional key terms before I get into the databases. One last thing I'd like to show you in Google, because it's something that I ask you to do, is the very last question in this advanced search screen says, search within a site or domain. Now, Sheila's going to talk about this further on in the semester, the types of information or domains of information out on the internet, like .coms, .edus, .govs, and .orgs. And we know that all of those are different and are representative of a certain group that puts them out. for example, .coms, we all know anybody can put that out. So when you are using the web for academic search, it's usually wise to avoid the .coms and concentrate on edus and .govs, things like that. However, with our news industry somewhat in the toilet in the U.S., a lot of newspapers have their editions and their .coms. So that's kind of making it a little bit more difficult to say, oh, don't use a .com. But for anyway, I'm going to keep society, knowledge, information, and wisdom, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to narrow right here to a certain domain. I'm going to say .edu. And once again, you do have to put the .edu. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to point out how Google uses the term site:.edu when you do that. And you can search on anything in that original search box in Google using the site:.edu, and I'll show you that in just a second. When I hit advanced search, even though the Wonder Wheel's up, and I love the Wonder Wheel, look over on the far right hand side and you'll notice that I'm now just dealing with EDUs, which are colleges and universities. And what I was talking about just being a general user of the word site, if I go ahead and take myself back to just a regular Google page, I could put in information site.edu and just on my original term go ahead and limit it to sites by using that little feature and do a Google search. So anyway, one of your tasks is to use the Wonder Wheel to get a lot of nice juicy additional terms or synonyms for the key terms that you've come up with, and to find a great .edu site that you've drilled down to and let me know that. Now, once we have that going on, I've also asked you to access the Academic Search Premier. And I'm going to go ahead and do that ever so quickly, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. Greetings again. I'm back home and decided to access the PVCC databases from home so you can take a look at what it's like to sign in remotely. So once you make your way to the Paradise Valley Library webpage, and that's www.pvc.maricopa.edu/library, you'll notice that in the middle of the page, kind of on the left-hand side, we have this link called PVCC Databases. And when I click on that, I have this long list of alphabetical list of databases, as well as these same databases grouped within categories. So the one that I had commented on using, or the link that I have provided in week 2, is Academic Search Premier. When I click on this, I get this connecting to library databases from off campus. We've got to use either your MEID or the barcode that's found on the back of your ID card. So I'm going to go ahead and use my MEID. And here I am in Academic Search Premier. You'll notice that the Boolean phraseology, the and, the or, not, is given to me, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and use the sample that I had given in week 2, which was information, society, and underprivileged. Those are the 3 key terms that I've come up with. And once again, you can use a variety of terms or synonyms based on the particular search that reflects your information definition. As always, I want to click on full text. That's pretty standard in all of our databases. And that just means that you will get only results that have the full text instead of just seeing abstracts and then not being able to click on the entire article. So once I have that in, I'm going to hit search. Now, kind of like the web, because I'm so exact here, and once again, you can play around with this, I only have 8 results. Now, if I were to put in information and society, for example, I'll do that really quick. I'll take out the word underprivileged, and I'll hit search again. and I go from 8 results to 29,000 results. Kind of cool. Oops. So once again, kind of like on, not kind of, exactly like on the web, the more specific you can be in your terms, the greater you'll narrow your results. So I'm going to hit search again, back down to my 8 results. And here I have just an HTML link. Here's what's known as the abstract. I know I'm only going to, I know I'm going to get full text for each of these. And as I look at them, the first one's not too exciting to me, but this second one, this says 208 literacy grant recipients, and it talks about information which serves many of the underprivileged students. That speaks really highly to probably, I'm just going to assume my definition, where I believe information should be free to society and throughout our entire society. So to answer the prompt for week 2, I would write down this title, let's see, as well as what my search phrase was that successfully sent me to this title. Okay, thank you very much.